looks like I'm on. I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock, and let's do that. So I'm starting out a little late today. I just slept in. I wasn't feeling like 100%. I think I actually slept too little the night before last night, and I was kind of dragging all day yesterday, so now slept in, but yeah, anyway. All right, so when I say original Christian rock, I'm like making this stuff up. Guitar, bass, drums. I have no idea what I'm about to do. All right, so I've got a couple of things I can do to like alter the pitch. So I've got a Boss poly shifter here, and then this. I'm gonna do a key change. I like to do minor to major shifts. This is just E again. Just buzzed my hair, so I don't know if it's too cold to sit here without the hat. A little fast. It's hard to play there. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to build a little bit of an outline. I did this yesterday. I'm going to do it slightly different, though. All right, that retained the palm mute, so that's fine. My brain doesn't like the C, F, G, E thing. It like wants to do it in reverse every time, so I gotta get the muscle memory down. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep messing that easy thing up. Just do that twice. That's, damn it. That's the chorus. There's my all the way through playthrough. Had a few variations where I kind of like forgot what I was doing, but it wasn't anything that's going to sound bad. All right, just kind of taming that. So I'm going to do a right side. Let me do this. Balance that. I'm just going to track with the same sounds. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to turn the pedal off. And then ends on, yeah, trisent tone C, which is actually in the key, and then it goes to the G sharp, which is kind of like alluding to the chorus part, which goes to major, but then I don't actually go to major, I go back into the verse, so it happened. It'll sound cool. That is much faster than trying to do that all the way through again. Assuming I'll probably screw up like 8 times. All right, let me get weird. Not really, just I'm gonna tweak this. All right, never mind. I was thinking I could turn that on, but it's a little too much. And on the chorus, I'm gonna make it even bigger. It's the thing that baffles me. I can drop this guitar down multiple octaves and it still sounds absolutely fine. Do that with the bass? Fail. Just so you know, too, I'm going to turn on, or actually, let me turn off the MIDI, like halfway through, just to show, like, that's just there for, like, reinforcement. So here it is on, and then I'm just going to toggle it off quick. I'm going to turn the pedal on since I got the higher pitch guitar on the right side. Yeah, okay, so that first one is just, I just moved it to the other side. That's no big deal. Done. Trim. Copy and paste. I'm going to paste this here for now, but I might end up deleting those for the sake of hearing the guitar solo. I might also just automate them down. I actually like the MIDI guitar too because that's sampling an 8-string guitar, and I simply cannot get that like pick attack sound on these tiny little strings. The tuning works great, but I just can't replicate that, so that's a way to incorporate it and make it sound like I'm playing on an 8-string. Okay, just came back in. Coffee gets to me, man. I was like, oh, I can't take it. Funny that the feature of my videos is I have to pee. But if you knew how big the coffee mug was, you'd understand. There we go. I decided to just keep the thing recording and did a little bit of a tag ending guitar solo. So I switched to E major. Let me turn these back on and see how loud that sounds over top, because it's probably not very. Okay. I just got this literally yesterday. It is a 6-string instead of a 4-string jazz bass. I'm probably going to need to order some really massive gauge strings because the intended 6-string tuning is usually B, E, A, D, G, C. I'm just doing regular 4-string bass tuning, E, A, D, G, and then this is going E, A. So they're a little floppy. Because they're just not intended to be dropped that low. But it sounds a hell of a lot better than trying to drop the pitch with the tuning stuff. I'd like to make the excuse that the bass being new was screwing me up, but I'm actually just an idiot and I cannot freaking remember parts. There. Yeah, so I'm not talking about like the parts being difficult. They're actually super easy, but that's what trips me up. Sometimes the really easy things or like multiple things in a row, I just like get stuck on one, or I try to jump to the next one ahead of time, and it just messes me up over and over and over. Every time I do it, I'm like, seriously? Just play the damn part. But it doesn't happen. Yeah, so it's interesting. Like, you can give me something to, like, just improvise a guitar solo over. Say it's, like, this key, this key, this key. And if I'm just making it up, I can do it just fine. But if I have to, like, mechanically play something in order, that's what really gets to me. I, like, have a hell of a time. I'm so happy, all things considered, that bass works. Because that is just so much nicer than trying to get a 4-string bass to sound that heavy. C sharp. I can do 2 octaves. Alright, so yeah, that arpeggiator just takes the chords and splits the notes up. If I want something repetitive to go dit-dit-dit-dit-dit, it's a good way to just do it real fast. I just did the drums, and I was gonna wrap it up for a little bit, just go in and write lyrics and figure out something, but melody popped in my head, so I just quick sang in nonsense mumblings to get it down there. I haven't warmed up yet. I'm just doing like anything to hit the notes there, like falsetto, whatever. Not wanting to worry about the key change, I just did a little bit of a pitchless scream there, so yeah, that works. Big faces always emoting. I just said words. I don't know what I said, but I said words. I don't know if that one spot was in rhythm, so let me listen to it. Fake faces always emoting. Say something. Lies anymore. I don't have any intention at all. I had to listen to that and talk text the lyrics in. Bump out a new track, and what was the chorus? Hey, this is what I do with memory aids. I already forget it. Alright, I got this melody down, so today I'm not gonna copy paste. Alright, I just reset my camera and had to get my headphone wire back because I went at the end and flung it across wherever it landed. Okay, I think that worked though. I think the vocals are good. So yesterday I did a bunch of copy paste. Today, chorus was kind of like in my head a little more, so I went with it. I didn't sing like straight through the song. Sometimes I've done that, but not today. Those are just random lyrics. They're going to be copy pasted to the bottom of the description box if you want to know what the heck I was even saying, especially when I like get screaming and stuff. The middle of my description box, can't say the word apparently. Yeah, that has where you can find me online, purchase and stream my music, that sort of thing. So I write a song every day. Got a lot of music because of that. I always say it's Christian rock in the beginning. Today, my lyrics are fairly random, but depending on the day, they're sometimes about that. I just put this link at the top. Hang on, I got to organize my thoughts because my brain is going. Okay, so top of my description box, there's a link. I say it's Christian rock. That is just there as a resource. I don't talk about it aside from saying my lyrics are sometimes geared towards that, but that link is the best teaching I know of. It's objective teaching. It's really good teaching. There's a lot of bad teaching online. This is the opposite. So it's just grammar translation from the original languages, text in context, because text out of context is error. Bird's eye view of the whole thing. Teaching only with no traditional, denominational, whatever, just added on top. So I think it's a good resource. I put it there for that reason. So that's why it's there. I don't think there's anything else. So I'm going to say see you later. Thanks for watching. This is coming up, final version and all. And yeah. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.